Have you ever thought, why do I suck at fantasy football? Welcome. This is the Commissioner Fantasy Football Podcast.
And welcome to the Commissioner Fantasy Football Podcast with your host, here Eric, back for week 8. Week 7 has some personal stuff that I was dealing with. Had to fly back to California, so it was a whole ordeal. But losing a close friend, not easy. So just a lot of things going on besides just having fun playing fantasy football. Life is life. Life gets you no matter what. Also, just my prayers, my condolences to my friend's family. But that's life, right? We never know when we're gonna go, so we can just enjoy the best. And if you love fantasy football like I do, I enjoy it. It's something I enjoy about my life. So kind of a different perspective, maybe doing this podcast. So thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. You guys can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe. Those things are very helpful. Trying to grow this podcast. That's why I play in so many leagues, just trying to learn as I go, including having a family, a full-time job, which is more than a full-time job, 2 kids. So it's not easy, but I do enjoy this part of it, just talking fantasy, focusing on family, especially Sundays. And I hope your fantasy football is a distraction for you too. It's a great distraction to have. So hopefully you're enjoying that, and hopefully I'm helping. It is week 8. We're almost halfway through the entire season. There's 17 weeks this year, so we're almost halfway there. After this week, it's going to be less than half. So just going to go straight into the games. A lot of stuff going on. This week 7 wasn't a good week. It was good for some, but a lot of teams I was looking was underscoring. Some of my teams underscored, players didn't perform. That's going to happen. But week 17 especially had that. And that Monday night game was the most boringest game. I was at the gym. I was trying to, I was looking at it and watching the game. It was boring. And now we find out news about this Thursday night coming up game with the Packers and Cardinals. Devontae Adams is on COVID. He's vaccinated, but he's got to pass 2 tests, and you have to have 24 hours in between. Not going to play. Alan Lazard, who's unvaccinated because he's been in contact with Devontae Adams, cannot play for 5 days. Now the Packers are going into playing the Cardinals, and now they're down 2 of their mostly wide receivers used by Rodgers for the past few years. So it's going to be an uphill battle. So hopefully, start your Aaron Jones. He's going to be a wide receiver. AJ Dillon might get an uptick in work. I know he had a bad week. I started him in a few leagues because last week bye weeks were crazy. Before I get into the games, only 2 teams in bye weeks. That's the Raiders and the Ravens. So your Lamar Jackson, your Darren Waller didn't play. It was a late minute scratch. Last Sunday was you could have picked up Monroe or the other tight end. He actually did well. So, certain good players. Mark Andrews is on bye. So not a lot of, Josh Jacobs for mentioning some players, but 2 teams is not bad. Last week we had more than 6 teams. So that was rough. I could have used some players in leagues and I was just using whoever I can. But let's go to Thursday night game. My Packers without Devontae Adams, without Alan Lazard. St. Brown is the wide receiver that I'm willing, if I'm in a deep pinch, which you shouldn't be in a deep pinch. If you have Devontae Adams, you're probably maybe finding, work somewhere else on other teams because there's not a lot of bye weeks. If this was during the last week's bye week, it would be tough. But if you're desperate for a wide receiver, Randall Cobb, I know he's going to get some targets. He's the slot guy, easy passing. But that Aaron Jones and Robert Tonyan, I think is going to do better. Robert Tonyan for me is a start, and also St. Brown. Aaron Jones is definitely a start. And AJ Dillon, I think I called him something else, but AJ Dillon might be a sneaky start, and I might have to start him in. It depends. I have to look through my leagues, but if you don't have to start AJ Dillon, don't. But Aaron Jones is good to go. Aaron Rodgers, for me, I would try to look away just because if the running game is happening, and it's working, I think the Packers are going to stick that route instead of trying to Aaron Rodgers passing without his two best wide receivers. So I would stay away from Aaron Rodgers. So look for somebody better, and there's probably better quarterbacks out there. For the Cardinals, Zach Ertz showed up, and it's like if you have Zach Ertz, I know people are trying to trade him based on that game, but he did fumble. He did have like that long touchdown. The problem with Zach Ertz now, he's creating a problem for everybody else. I just think with Hopkins is safe. I think Connor, without his injury, Connor is a safe start. The biggest beneficiary from all this is Kyler Murray. He's become the passer quarterback, not the running quarterback, and Zach Ertz helps him. So those are good starts. Zach Ertz, look, you could probably start him, but he's going to be touchdown dependent. So Hopkins, Connor, and Kyler Murray. Now Chase Edmonds is the guy. It's like a full PPR. I'm probably starting him in one league because full point PPR. He's going to get some passing. And hopefully the Packers can keep up with the Cardinals. Packers defense is not bad. So I think Kyler Murray might have to run in this game because Packers might come out and play. So hopefully it's a competitive game. Arizona's almost favors 7 points. I have a feeling the Packers will prevail. That's because I'm a Packers fan. All right, enough of the Thursday night game. Don't start your defenses. Don't start any of those defenses, even with the two wide receivers gone. Sunday morning games. We have Panthers at the Falcons. Wow, the Panthers look bad. Falcons look better. I'm starting Matt Ryan over my USC guy, the guy that I've. Oh man, Sam Darnold. He looked great in the beginning of the season. There's some bad games, but man, things look bad there. It's just hopefully it's a bad game, but I'm not going to start Sam Darnold. DJ Moore is a good start. Hubbard, maybe you start him because he's probably your backup for Christian McCaffrey. Nobody else really on the Panthers. I'm thinking it's like, I don't know, just Chuba Hubbard. Chuba. I think those are the only two good starts. For the Falcons, look, you could start players now. Like again, I'm not going to start Matt Ryan in this game. Panthers defense is still a good defense. Ridley's a start. Oh my God, Pitts looks good. He had the deep balls. It was kind of the opposite of Ridley. Ridley usually gets those. Pitts maybe plays. They kind of reverse roles. I'm not going to start Gage. I know he's back. He caught a long touchdown, kind of a lucky touchdown, I think. And Patterson is the running back to start there. Like I traded for him in Dynasty. I know Daniel listens to me. We had a good trade. I need some running back help. And that's it. These defenses, I'm not going to really try to start. I did go with Atlanta's defense against Miami. That didn't work out. I think it's an indoor game. Not going to. I think Sam Darnold has a better game. He comes back unless they trade for Watson, which it's been rumored. So Ridley, Pitts, and DJ Moore are good starts. Running backs, Chuba, and also Patterson. All right, next game, Dolphins at the Bills. Dolphins, Tua look good. That's nice, surprising. Look, Waddle's, if it wasn't for Jamar Chase, Waddle would be the best wide receiver. He's getting the targets. Gesicki's a good start, but it's against the Bills in Buffalo. Man, probably some of these guys are going to have a good game. Myles Gaskin might have a good game. He's that guy. Oh, man, I would stay away because I think the Bills want to come back after a bye week. Revenge. This is their revenge. Not revenge game, but this is their game. Exclamation point game. We're at home. We lost a bad game. We should have won. Not go for it on fourth down. Maybe kick a field goal, tie the game. Come on. But I guess they have confidence. They play with confidence. I like the Bills. So I don't know. I'm not going to start anybody from here. If you have to, somebody's going to get it, right? If you're like a Mark Andrews owner like I am, if Gesicki's out there, which he probably isn't, I would start him. For the Bills, look, now we can talk. So I'm back on Stephon Diggs. Start Stephon Diggs. This game, Emmanuel Sanders for me, is a better start than anybody else. Beasley might get the touchdown. I think it's going to come back to what it was last year. It was Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and everybody else. And Emmanuel Sanders helps. He'll get the big, so if you need a big play, Emmanuel Sanders might be the guy for that. Beasley might be safer in the full PPR league, but I think they're going to run over the Dolphins. At home, I think this is Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs game. So everybody else, Singletary, Zach Moss. Zach Moss, I'll start over Singletary. But that's it for that game. Buffalo's favored almost 2 touchdowns. Like, that's insane. I think, again, the Buffalo is going to make a statement game. This is their statement game. So after that tough loss. Next game, 49ers at the Bears. 49ers, yeah. Look, Elijah Mitchell is the guy. Shanahan's trusting Elijah Mitchell. Deebo Samuel, you have to start because he's being utilized in the offense. Deebo Samuel, Elijah Mitchell, nobody else until Mr. Kittle comes back. 49ers defense for me would be a good start. Very good start against the Bears, which, man, I mean, Fields looked bad. They have a bad offensive line. But his pass catchers did not help. They dropped a lot of passes. If you watch that game, they dropped a lot of passes. Allen Robinson, they need to trade him because, oh my goodness. So for the Bears, I'm starting Khalil Herbert, the rookie. I traded the rookie in Dynasty away, so I got a good deal. Maybe I'll talk about it in my next podcast, but look, Damian Williams is not the guy there. Khalil Herbert had almost 100 yards against the Packers. Packers run defense is decent. Then one of the best run defenses, Tampa Bay, he gets 100 yards. He is good. I traded him away. I got some value. I got Joe Burrow and Fournette in the Dynasty League. I wanted Burrow because I have Chase. So that was kind of... But I drafted him as a rookie, Khalil Herbert. And I talked about him a few weeks ago. Like, he might be the guy there, and it looks like he's the guy there. And Montgomery won't come back until probably after the bye week. They'll run to the bye week. I think it's week 10, and then he'll come back. So Khalil Herbert's the guy. If you have him in leagues, and I picked him up everywhere after people were picking up Damian Williams, I picked up Khalil Herbert, and I was right on this one. So I'm wrong on a lot, but I'm right on sometimes. And this one I was right on. He's legit. Now he's catching passes as well, and he's the running back there until Montgomery comes back. Good start. Fields, just not going to trust anybody else. So, Bears defense might be a decent start, sneaky start, but 49ers, no, they need a win. All right, next game, Steelers at the Browns. Oh, man, what a tough one. Because Browns defense is hit and miss, but look, I'm starting Deontay Johnson. No questions asked. I'm starting Najee Harris. No questions asked. Simple starts. Everybody else I'm staying away from. I watch Claypool. Ben doesn't have it in him anymore. I was 100% wrong on Ben. I thought Ben would be at least top 15 quarterback. Nope, he's bottom of the barrel. He's going to have to prove himself because he looks like a statue out there. So it sucks. But those are the only starts, Deontay Johnson and Najee Harris. For the Browns, hopefully, Chubb is back. If he's back, you start him. Everybody else on this team, oh man, oh boy. Like it's... Who are you going to start? Peoples-Jones? OBJ? Steelers defense is good. We have Mayfield with an injury. That injury looked bad a few weeks ago. I know they're coming off the bye, but... I'm not coming off the bye. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry, I'm going over my head. But Cleveland is favored in this one, but I think the Steelers might take this one away with their run game. So if Chubb is back, it's a different story. Not a lot on that game. Eagles at the Lions. Eagles. They almost had a comeback, but, man, the Raiders look good. So I was wrong about the Raiders. Another thing I was wrong about. Eagles at the Lions, you can start a lot of Eagles. If it looks like Miles Sanders probably going to miss this game, monitor that injury. Gainwell is the next guy there, the rookie. Boston Scott is a decent pickup as well. It's off the waivers if he's not there, if Gainwell's not there, then Boston Scott's the guy to pick up. Now I'm gonna make sure on this. For the Eagles, like they have no more Zach Ertz. So Zach Ertz is gone. So I have to look up a couple of things, but Zach Ertz is not there anymore. Goddard, like he should have maybe, in my opinion, he should have got a touchdown. He did not. But he should have. I just want to make sure, yes. If you don't have Gainwell if Gainwell's on the waiver, he's priority over Boston Scott. Sorry, I want to verify that. And Devonta Smith, it's going to be look, he's a good wide receiver. I would not start him if I had better options. If you need a deep play, might be a good start. But again, it's against the Lions. It's an indoor game. The prior game, the Steelers and the Browns, it's in Cleveland, which is always bad weather. So monitor that weather for wide receiver purposes. But Eagles at the Lions. For the Eagles, Hurts you start. If Miles Sanders is gone, I'm really interested to see how they play or utilize their running backs here at Gainwell. Because Boston Scott kind of came in after Gainwell fumble. He played a little more snaps. So Boston Scott's been used before, so Eagles know Boston Scott. But I would trust Goddard, and then Devonta Smith, like for upside, I would definitely start him because he might have that long, crazy touchdown. Sorry, I'm spending too much time on the Eagles. Their defense might be a sneaky start if you're looking for a defense. For the Lions, St. Brown was the guy there. Now no longer there, and now, oh my goodness, it's not that it's a runaway with anybody. I thought Hawkinson might be the decent guy to start there, but it's like it's such a. So let me go over the for sure starts. Look, for me, Swift has just got better and better and better. In the beginning of the season, everybody said he was injured, but DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams has kind of come back down to earth. And DeAndre Swift, especially used in the beginning, he looks good. Goff, I'm not going to start against his defense. I know the Eagles have a good run defense, but you got to start DeAndre Swift because he's catching passes. So Hawkinson, I would still start, not a favorite start. But here's the guy that I want you need to pick up on waivers. He's had out of 4 out of 5 games, Khalif Raymond. It looks good, and he looks like the number one receiver there. I will want to pick him up and just hold him. Now, I don't probably maybe not start him in this game, but I will pick him up and hold him because he looks like the number one guy there. We all thought, I think Cephas was the first guy, St. Brown, duds, but sneaky. I'm not going to spend too much time on there, but very kind of a sneaky guy to pick up off the waivers, and my people probably be looking for him. And that's it for the Lions. Next game, Titans at the Colts. Titans, look, man, they destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, what a surprise game. But they're at the Colts. I think they're going to continue to they got confidence now. This is what the Tennessee Titans do. Henry kind of holds them together. A.J. Brown looks like he's back. You start A.J. Brown. Julio Jones, done. No more. Tannehill's a good start. 3 starts there, nobody else. For the Colts, Wentz. He looked bad at times, but Wentz, the more he plays, the more confident he gets. And I told you about Pittman Jr. Even, I know with, I'm drawing the blank. I'll get there. But Pitts Jr., look. Pittman Jr., good guy. I keep thinking of a different guy. Pittman Jr. is a great wide receiver. And again, you gotta put him in there. You gotta start him. Jonathan Taylor is Jonathan Taylor. And I'm forgetting my guy, my guy that I love. I'm just kind of now drawing blanks on players. It's a little bit weird for me to do that. But when you're away from football, T.Y. Hilton, how can I forget T.Y. Hilton? He might be back, monitor that. If he's not there, Pittman Jr. is a good start. But Hilton, I want to see how that plays out. And Jonathan Taylor, you start. All right, Bengals, my second favorite team now, the Bengals. Bengals at the Jets. Bengals, Burrow, Jamar Chase, Higgins, Boyd, he's not getting as many targets anymore. So I would be iffy on starting him. And Mixon. And their defense. Start the Bengals defense. Start the Bengals defense. The Jets lost their quarterback. The Jets are a mess. For the Jets, I'm not going to start anybody, but Michael Carter is the guy that looks good, that if you're in the pinch to start a running back, he would be the guy to start. Michael Carter is getting passing down work, which helps running backs, especially when you're in a PPR league. That's it for the Jets. Not much there. Last game, these are the morning games, Thursday game and morning games, or early afternoon games for East Coast people. Rams at the Texans. Look, Rams, you're going to start everybody. You're going to start Stafford, their defense. You're going to start Henderson, now Sony Michel, Henderson, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Higbee, all good starts. Robert Woods, hopefully he picks up, he's decent in PPR, but hopefully he picks up a little more targets for this game. For the Texans, we'll see. Monitor Tyrod Taylor coming back, but Brandon Cooks, he's the only start of the Texans. Pretty simple game. Rams' defense disappointed, but they should be back in this game. And who knew that the top two wide receivers for the year would be Cooper Kupp, followed by Jamar Chase? Who figured that, right? But this is how the seasons turn out. This is how fantasy works. Keep up with fantasy. If you're 1-6, I know a couple of people are 1-6. Don't give up. I'm 2-5 in some leagues. If you have a good team, keep plugging away, because, again, at the end of the year, the goal is to make the playoffs. Doesn't matter if you have a bye week or make the playoffs. Once you make the playoffs, anything can happen. I've been there. I've been just barely getting into the playoffs. I always talk about it. You can win it out. It's just 3 weeks. Fantasy football's crazy. Just keep competing. If you want to play FanDuel, we have a FanDuel group that we play with. We put $10 every week. We set a lineup, and the winner gets all the money. It's good to make, you can make $80, $90. We've been having 7 to 10 players. Hopefully we can get more. So hit me up on that. Anything else? These are again, morning games, Thursday night game. Again, less bye weeks, so it's better. Good luck. Enjoy fantasy. If you got stuff in life going on, let fantasy be your I already said it, but distraction. Let it be a good distraction where you take your mind off of things like I have. It's good to do that because life can get to you. Life is not easy. All these circumstances can pop up. And so we got one life. Enjoy it. And if you love fantasy like I do, let that be a distraction to you, a good distraction. Until next time, good luck in week 8.
Dude, you better not be sleeping after that podcast. That was an amazing message. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Commissioner. Also subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Any comments, questions, concerns, send them to the Instagram page, The Commissioner, your fantasy football guide.